Welcome to Education Forum. I'm here at the Presidential Initiative Chigowa in Tinda to follow up on the progress of this initiative that was put in place to empower the boy-girl child in various courses. For example, knitting, weaving, embroidery, shoemaking, tailoring, etc. As we're going to be seeing from the different interviews, please come join me.
So I'm praying that as we start with our education system, that from nursery, these students can do some things, some of gardening. We used to do those things. It doesn't take much to develop an attitude of loving to work and to be self-dependent. Then the other thing is that I know that we blame Ministry of Education, but also they need a review of their budget, especially to TVET, which you find the money is just recurrent, just for pay for the salaries, instead of providing materials for. So that one, I think I go with that. But secondly, I want to ask the parents, encourage your students to go for skilling. The other day I was in Trinity College in Nabingo, and I was telling them about this and this. Then said, should we drop out and we do skilling? I said, no. We are not asking you to do that. Yes. You must go, but during your holidays, learn something to work with your hand, to work with your mind. God gave us an intellect to see that you can have a product. So I encourage the parents, please encourage your children to go vocational. To go industrial. Now I might not take someone with a degree and masters, but I take someone with a skill. In today's world, it is a skill that actually goes beyond. Yes, certificates are needed because there are those technical and professional work, but a skill is also an additional. Then the other thing that I could end up with is a change of mindset. We must change our mindset.
You're still watching the Education Forum, and here in the tailoring class, as you can see, there's various designs and fabrics, and some students that we will be honored to talk to today. We'll be hearing from one of the tailoring students, and she'll be telling us all about her course. You're welcome to the show. What's your name?
Thank you. My name is Sangom Catherine Nabunya.
Okay. And how long have you done this course for?
It's now going to 6 months. We are still studying.
Okay. So we need for our viewers to understand, how did you hear about the course, and what was your thinking when you first joined the course? Like, what were your expectations?
Actually, thank you for bringing this thing, and this is a good question to all of us as a students. By the time I heard about this course, I said I must go for it. After sitting for my senior 4, I rushed to my aunt. Then I saw the thing from the WhatsApp. Yeah, when the last semester they were modeling. Then I asked my aunt, can I join this because I'm interested in it? Then my aunt said, it's okay. Let me look forward for the school. At first I got from Mulago. Then she said, I'm going to look for you a better place. Then she brought me here. Then I joined this thing in peaceful way. Apart from that one, what made me to join this course? Actually, I want, like me myself, I want this issue of buying clothes, like bringing clothes from other country to be stopped by us. Apart from that one, this thing of asking money from someone, I want to cancel it this month.
Because I understand this program is meant to make you self-employed, which is really a great thing, being a girl child. I understand, and that idea of stopping the importing and whatever, because now you can create your own designs and sell to various Ugandans. So, what are your expectations after school? Because right now you have a showroom provided by the school, of course. There is no rent, you have nothing to worry about. You know, the competition out there. How are you thinking you're going to manage this after school? Because I understand you've come to the end of your course, yes?
Yeah. Actually, after the end of course, I will make sure I get somewhere to start so that I start my business from there. Then after, I stop from someone, I get my own. I started even to get money from there. Yeah, not to pay that person again. Where I get my own money, I buy my own material, I make everything.
But also, I've heard from the program that the government, at the end of the course, awards students some capital for some starter capital to start the business after school, yeah? So, don't you think that's like a startup? Doesn't that like jumpstart your career already? Do you still have to look for money? I don't know.
I wish if it has been done like that, it's going to be better. But even though it's not like that, I have to struggle to get it. That is my view.
Okay, I asked you a question about the expectations, how you're willing to compete in the fashion market, the fashion industry, because it's a very competitive industry. There's people that can design really beautiful things. Do you think the skill set you've acquired here will enable you to compete in the market outside school?
Yes, because right now I can make very many things. A coat, I can make it. We have even a gather's dress, I can make it. Without anyone near me, I can make it better than anything. Yeah, even a bags. We have also pinafore. We have short. That short can work like a school short. I can make it like, I can decide not to use a chitenge, so that it make like a what? A school short. We call it junior short. We have also a trouser. That is gentle trouser. We learn all of those things from here. And we thank our government so much. We love him so much. Plus the member who is catching their hands with our government. We love them so much. But they should continue wherever we are going. I know they are going to do it.
Thank you so much. I understand this has been so empowering, and congratulations on joining the program, because this is such an important thing, especially for us women, to be able to make your own money, to be empowered, you know, to be self-employed. I understand you'll be showing us some of your designs, I think, later. I'm so happy for having spoken to you. Thank you so much for your time. I'm glad to be joined by another designer in the tailoring class. He's going to be telling us his name and what he does. You're welcome, sir.
Well, thank you for this opportunity. I'm Opio David. I'm the guild president of Shigoa, and I'm happy to be talking to you today.
Very well, then. Okay, you're going to be telling us, I need to know, how has this presidential initiative benefited you? How would you tell it to someone out there? How would you entice someone to join this program today?
Well, you see, most people, they have a lot of desire. They have a lot of goals in their heart, but they don't have a platform to execute them. But now, when we heard about, especially when I heard about this presidential program, I saw it as a very big opportunity for me to join, because I finished senior 6, but then I was seated, and then I didn't have another way out. But when they said we train in fashion design, you know, and it was my passion, so I joined. And I've really had and seen a lot of things in this program. I can design, I can make shirts, African shirts, well, I can make many attires out of it. Office wear, I can do it.
Name some more that people might want to know, you know. This could be opportunity to sell your business, you know, in case you get out there and someone saw you. So tell us, what other things do you make?
Well, we make gathered dresses, we make them. And we are not only specializing in bitengis, but we are also focusing on every fabric work. So we can also design table mats, we can also design bags out of leather, because it's all part of art. So
It's interesting.
So we do the work of art basically with the skill and the knowledge you have attained from here. Sure.
And are there any expectations after school?
Sure.
How do you want to get into the actual labor market? You know, do you already have customers? Are you already speaking to your small chat groups? Are you selling some of this art? Are there people that know your work and can wear your work and you're proud to see it out there?
Yeah, I have quite a number of people that I'm selling my stuff to. So there are people that actually I even have an order that I have to deliver one of these days. Someone wants me to make him a suit and African wear. So I need to deliver it to him in 1 week time. So I'm so glad for that.
Money already. That's interesting. So being the guild president, I understand this program is free of charge, and the government provides for meals, and at the end of the course you guys acquire your certificates. What would you say to the youths out there that do not know where to start and would like an opportunity? How do they join the program? Where do they have to come to? Okay. Especially for this branch that you head.
Well, okay. First of all, I want to say that this program is not a free program because there are people in the government that are not resting. They are not sleeping. They give in money. They take their time to plan for the young men. So it is not proper for you to say it is a free program.
That is such an interesting perspective. I like that.
So they take their time to plan and organize that we, the young people in our country, we benefit from it. And as for young men that want to join this program, it is very easy because the qualification they ask, they're just very, very simple things. They wanted the national ID, they want passport photos, and then the letter from the chairman. That's all. So that's all what is needed.
By the way, you mentioned you're the guild president in this branch of Chigoa. What are your duties? What do you do in a place like this as a guild president?
Yeah, basically in such a society where people have different mindsets and different backgrounds, like religion, cultures, they're different. So if there's no leadership, then there will not be the right flow of everything. So basically, as a guild president, I'm responsible for channeling the information from the upper head and to the low students, that they should know what is going on around here, and then they should follow the protocol of everything that is done here. So we maintain peace and unity around the school.
I understand there's different age groups in this area. How do you tame them? Because these people are adults. They'll do whatever they want to do, yes? How do you maintain order in case it gets out of hand as the guild president?
You see, the only easy thing with my adult people is when you speak to them one word they can understand. So they're not like little children that you have to chase to here and there to bring them in order. So sometimes you just speak to them a word and then they will have to respond positively to what you've told them. So it's not very difficult to maintain order.
That is all we got from the tailoring class students, and we're still interacting with different students with different occupations. See you then. Wow, you guys look so amazing. It's like you're coming from a wedding reception. Thank you so much for joining me.
My name is Chebet Emily. Chebet Emily.
Pure David.
So here with me is other designers from the tailoring class, and they're dressed in their respective designs. They're going to be telling us about their designs personally, their inspirations of the outfits, and I think I'll start with the gentleman. Yes. Please tell us.
Well, this is one of the most interesting suits, and I'm so glad that I made it myself. And what makes this suit to be so special is the fabric from which it was made. It is not this common fabric. Yeah, it is a very powerful fabric.
Please do tell.
And you know, some of the things we don't disclose them openly, but it came from Turkey. Anyway, so the design as you're looking is very nice. The bling bling is so expensive, costly.
You made the bling bling as well?
Yeah. And I made it myself. So I'm very, very glad for that.
Please tell us, how long would it take an artist like you to make a suit? Like roughly, what's the time you would take on such a masterpiece?
Yeah, to make the thing can take roughly something like 3 and 4 hours to make it. Draft it and then cut it and sew it.
Okay. So just by the way, how much would you charge this in case you were out there and needed to sell it?
This one I will charge something like 400,000.
You had the man. This is so interesting because this thing is empowering all of you to have your financial power and, own something of your own, yes? So back to the lady. Please tell us about your gown, your inspirations, and roughly how long it took you to make this.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm so glad to see you people here. And first of all, I want to thank the government of Uganda. That's His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for introducing skilling to us. Because outside there, life is not easy. You can get a job somewhere, like, let's assume you're a maid working somewhere. Like, the boss can over-mistreat you, and by the end of the day, they pay you 150,000. Which is not what? Which is not even enough for you. So it's good to be with a skill on your head. So I'm so happy for that.
That's interesting. Thank you so much. Please tell us about your gown. I understand you made this your own. Can you see how talented she is? Please tell us about your design. Who inspires you? Who do you look up to in the fashion industry? And how much you would charge for your gown, because we're here for the money, to acquire the skills, to make money out of it. So please tell us.
Yeah, the person who inspired me in fashion is called Fatumisha. I always follow her on Instagram, YouTube, and she's a good designer. I like her so much.
I like her too. That makes two of us.
And I feel like I also want to be like her. Yeah. And this gown, I made it. This is 13. Yeah, this is 13. Also, the stiff net is inside. The bit, the net also, the lining.
There's another net underneath. Okay.
And the lining also inside. Yeah.
So how much would this go for if I wanted to purchase it for my wedding?
Like to you, I can give you at 500,000.
Is that a deal? Is that a deal as me? So because now I'm your friend, I would get the gown at 500. I don't know, for people that are watching and you come through maybe and say, oh, I saw you on UBC and I'd like to purchase that gown at the same price as you. You have a deal of 500,000 for this satin gown. But what price is that? What's the actual price?
The real price is 800,000.
Had the lady. Thank you so much, you guys. But I would love to know, what would you say to the public, and how would you rate this program? How much has it helped you, and the skill set you've acquired? Yes, are you ready to compete with the Fatumashas in the industry? Are you ready to build and grow in your business, to learn from different designers? How are you going to compete in the job market?
Yes, I'm willing to be like her. That's what I want to be. Like the competition, I know outside there are very many people who are also doing fashion and design. So what I'll make sure I'll make only unique things for myself. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, we need unique, because you don't want to look like another Mogole somewhere. You have to be able to expand your knowledge. The designs have to be different. Thank you so much for your time. You guys look so good. Thank you, and congratulations on this achievement. From the students, now I'm here with an instructor in the tailoring class. She's going to be talking to us shortly. Welcome, madam. Please tell us your name.
I'm Nashamba Demeri, a tailoring instructor. Yes.
So, Miss Nachamba Demeri, please tell us more about this course, the tailoring course. How long does it go? How many modules do you have to teach for this period of 6 months for the students? Please tell us more about the modules.
Okay, this course takes 6 months. In those 6 months, we do 10 modules. We first do straight skirt. After straight skirt, we do inverted pleat skirt. After inverted pleat skirt, we go for gathered dress. After gathered dress, we do a pinafore dress. After pinafore dress, we go for a nurse dress. After nurse dress, we bring in men attires, whereby we do a short-sleeved shirt and a long-sleeved shirt. After that, we do a junior shirt. After junior shirt, we do a gentleman trouser. After gentleman trouser, then we come in for cultural wears, including gomesi. Yes.
Please, we've heard about all the designs that you make. There's a criteria. I've heard there's a dancing dress. There's a pinafore. Pinafore is the uniform design. Yes, I've noticed. Please tell us, in this class, do you also have issues of, do you have the best students? Do you register the best students? And do you have also the mediocre students? And how do you deal with the mediocre students? Because they have to catch on. They don't catch on as quick as the quick learners. So how do you deal with this?
Mostly, a student best understands when their own students teach them. Like, of course, we do a general teaching whereby we hand a particular topic. First learners get it fast. So this first learner, they finish actually within a day. Then these mediocres, they take it slow. So what we do, we arrange them now in groups. You, an instructor, you come in. As you are coming in, you also invite these first learners to help more of their fellows. Because the fact that this first learner got you, she knows the best way to handle the other mediocre. However, we also come in, we do it.
That's an interesting way of approaching the learning sector. And please tell us more about the gender issue, the gender ratio of boys to girls. Is it that, because I've noticed there's so many ladies around here, many women are taking on this initiative rather than the boys. Are the boys still thinking this is a ladies thing? I don't know. Do they think they're not as good? Because I've already interviewed some male students. Please tell us how the boys, the ratio, how are you coping with this?
Okay. Actually, the ratio, we are having 148 students, but 11 of them are boys. Though these boys came with a passion of fashion. They feel they can be fashionistas. They came with a passion, mostly of doing coats and the gentleman trousers. When we saw them, you are going to see them when we are moving all over. They have done their coats, they have done their trousers, and they're happy.
They do such a great job. Their designs look fantastic. You're doing a great job. But is there anything you're doing to entice these more boys to join the program? Is there anything you guys do to, at least and help the boy children understand that they have to join this thing as well? It's as good as it is for them and the girls.
Mostly that's why we do showcasing, to invite more youth. When they see what others have done, they feel more encouraged to join. And you get it that every time we are recruiting, there are more and more boys joining. Yes, dear.
Okay, so please tell us more about during the course. Is there anything these students assessed, and after, what happens when they graduate?
Okay, at the end of 6 months, DIT is invited to come and assess them. They do. That's the DIT is Directorate of Industry Training, whereby when they give you a certificate, it's qualified by the Ministry of Education and Sports. Yes, so they come, they assess them. After that, they're awarded certificates. After the certificate, they either look for their own jobs. Even as skilling, we have begun production, whereby it's at Subway, opposite UB Sanctuary. there are more students joining. They are ever buying machines, inviting more of our old students, and they are little enjoying because we are getting more contracts. Organizations are giving us orders of overalls, these overcoats. Yeah, they are giving us aprons. So we are little progressing.
It's interesting. What would you say? What would you tell the layman out there, anyone that would love to join the program? What would you say to them?
I'm telling anyone out there, because hands-on skills are way to go. You can do your work as long as alongside this fashion and design. Now, for example, me, I'm a computer scientist. However, I did fashion and design. So besides computer science, I do tailoring.
It's your side hustle.
Yeah. So anyone can do this. You can do your own office work. In the evening, you do fashion. You design, you post, you Instagram, you post on Facebook, you make it, you change your statuses. So even your immediate workmates, they can be your clients. Yes. So I'm encouraging anyone out there, hands-on skills are way to go.
You heard the teacher. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for the good work you've done, because a lot of your students have amazing work. So that means you're doing something in the right direction. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll be seeing you around. Thank you. That is all we had from the teacher. We'll be interacting with other teachers from different professions. Stay tuned. And now from the tailoring class to the shoemaking class, here with me is a student in the shoemaking class that's going to be telling us what exactly transpires in this particular course. You're welcome. What's your name?
My name is Opendi Emmanuel.
Okay, and please tell us when and why you joined this particular the particular course, shoemaking.
Yeah, we joined this course during May, and we joined this course to learn more and to try out our creativity.
I need you to speak in a eye perspective. I need to understand why you joined this and when.
I joined this course to develop my talent. That is one. Two, I joined this course to gain the betterment that the president is putting up as a youth. Yes.
How long have you been here?
I've been here now for 6 months.
Okay, so that means you've come to the end of your course, right? Please tell us what you have. Some of your work.
Yes,
you've showcased already.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Do you have any expectations from here? What next? What expectations do you have in the outside market? You have a lot of competition. There's so many people making beautiful designs. How are you going to compete with those people?
According to what we have learned here, and my fellow guys of shoemaking, the current class, we are creative, and we are so creative in that we are confident in what we are doing to give out to the world. Yes.
How would you rate this skill set that you've acquired? Do you think it has kind of captured the pandemic that we have of unemployment? Do you do anything at home? Have you already started selling some things? Are your friends selling some things? Do you know some people that would be interested in your work? Is the job market there?
Yeah, there is job market because we always post on our statuses. We always send pics to our loved ones. They see what we are doing and they love the creativity that we enhance to them. Yeah.
Anything else you'd love to say to someone out there, a gentleman like you? There are so many unemployed gentlemen out there that are doing things that are not so good. How would you encourage them? What would you say to them to join you, to come and do this?
Yeah, guys out there, I know you're in the ghetto down there, and you're seeing these things as things that are not up to where you wanna reach. But the thing is, this is a place where you acquire skills to develop and earn a living, not for only yourself, but for the other generation. What we are doing here, we are not only preparing for us, they are not preparing for us, and we are not preparing only for the generation that we are having ahead of us, but we are preparing this for generations and generations using the skill we have acquired here.
Please take us through the process of shoemaking. And I can see you have some tools. You're going to tell us what each tool does and what it does to make what particular shoe, the types of leather. Please take us through that.
Now, here I'm holding different tools. We are having a 6-way punch. This is a 6-way punch. It makes holes when we are using, when we are making sandals. Yeah. This is a scissor. We use it when we are cutting out the patterns and uppers. These are uppers, the ones you're seeing. Yeah. And then this hammer, it helps us to hit, to glue up the shoe so that it comes stiff and strong. Now we are having a cutter. A cutter helps us to do some finishing when cutting some parts of the sole. Yeah. We are having a shoe mold. This is so important when we are making shoes. A shoe mold, it helps us to give us the shape and size. Yeah. If it is size 38, it is 38 to be perfect.
They come in all sizes.
Yes, they have sizes 38, 40, 42, like that. Yes.
Tell us more about the material. I have some samples here with me. Tell us about the material you use in the shoemaking. And if possible, you could tell us how people get them, how you could get them.
Now here we are having an upper. In shoemaking, these are uppers. These are uppers. So this is a crochet. These crochets are made out of threads. Yeah. Now this one is pebble. Leather. Yes. These are uppers. So we have some beadwork here. We have some beadwork. These are beads. Yeah. This work takes time.
I see.
Yeah, it takes time, and this is also pebble as well.
The material, the leather material.
Yes.
How many types of leather are there?
There are quite many, but I can name for you a few. We have pebble leather, we have vegetable leather, and then the other kind of leather, we have bora leather. Yes.
Which one is the strongest leather material?
All leather materials are hard. It just depends on the purpose of what you're going to do. Yeah.
That's a very interesting thing. So you think this looks like really good work. In my opinion, this can compete with the labor market now because it's really beautiful work. And we have now, is that a long boot?
This is a long boot.
This is beautiful.
People who are artists out there use here.
You had the gentleman. This is such a beautiful shoe. Mm-hmm.
This is a long boot. It has a combination of bola and pebble. Yes? Yes, pebble.
Pebble is this one?
Yes, then bola. So we are having a short boot here. This is a short boot. This boot is made of bora, as you can see. Those in fashions, they what we call Timberland. This is a timber-like kind of shoe. It is a short boot.
Imitates the timber.
Yeah, it imitates it in its looking. Yeah. So these boots, you can get them if you want them.
Thank you so much for your time, and this is beautiful work. Congratulations. Joining me is another student from the shoe class who will be telling us about all these designs she's holding and how the class has been for her time here. Please tell us your name.
My name is Matama Desire Josephine.
Okay, Desire, when did you join the class and why did you join the class?
I joined it the first month that we were called, and I joined it with a motion and the desire to do art because I'm an artist. Yes. And
Which month was that?
It was March. Yes. I joined with a desire to do art and craft because this is all about creativity. Yes, express your feelings through art. Yes.
That's an interesting way of putting it out there. So please tell us about these shoes. Did you make this? Yes. Okay, tell us the process, for example, of this one, of how to make this one.
So this shoe is called an open shoe. It's both unisex. So this shoe is made with a material called vegetable leather and a sole. So this shoe, we use, these are called Libits. They help us to hold the uppers firmly.
Which one's
These, yes, they are called Libits. And we use them to design as a design item and to hold the uppers firmly. Yes.
Depending on the design, because I've seen some uppers, like this one doesn't have the...
Yes, it depends on the design.
Okay, so tell us about the material. You being a girl, there's a notion that this is for boys and all. What's the ratio of girls to boys in the shoemaking class?
It's around 3 to 1.
In regards to girls and boys, which ones are many?
Girls.
The girls are more than the boys still. That's interesting. Okay, tell us about this one, the material.
So this shoe, it's still vegetable, but it was designed in a different way because we added a wood in a way to bring out a new style, yes, a new style and a wedge. So when you look at it, you can think it's made from out, but it's made by us. Yes, we stick this wood and this we use wood glue, yes, or shoe glue. It depends on the materials around. Yes.
Are you selling some of these beautiful designs? Have you already started selling your work?
We have already started selling them because they are in high demand. They're in high demand because with days coming up, you come up with new designs to attract more people. Yes.
That's interesting. What are your expectations after school?
Well, I'm planning to start my own company. Yes, with some of my members. We already have a group. Yes, we are working hand in hand. Yes, for better tomorrow.
Okay. Yes. That's interesting. Thank you so much for your time. And we'll be interacting with more people. I'm glad to be joined by an official from DIT, and he'll be telling us more about their mandate and how they oversee the different programs that are scattered all over Kampala in general, and their initiative to help the youth in Uganda. You're welcome, sir. Please introduce yourself to the camera and what you do.
My name is Balikudeme Prudence. I'm in Public Relations Unit. DIT in full is Directorate of Industrial Training. I hope you know that. And we are a skills quality assurance body under Ministry of Education and Sports. Our mandate is first of all to develop occupational standards. After we have developed the occupational standards, we are supposed to give assessment centers. Assessment centers can apply, then we accredit them and they become accredited centers of DIT. Then the occupational standards we develop, we have to assess against them because those are the standards that have been developed. Then we assess learners against them. Then we also do what we call certification, because you cannot assess and then you don't give a certificate to show that this person is competent. Actually, what we do is called competence-based education, competence-based assessment. So we don't care where you learn from as DIT, but as long as you have the skills, what we have to do is to test you to find out, are you really competent in that skill you are talking about? If you're a painter, can you really do the painting? If you are a carpenter, can you really do the carpentry?
How do you determine that? Because I understand people just come in and then they, I think, mention, depending on the options laid on the table.
It depends. There are standards, like I've told you, and those are the standards we follow. We do what we call assessments. For example, these presidential initiative skills centers, they have been training learners. After a certain period of time, they are letting them go. So for us, what we have to do is to find out whatever they have been training, have these learners really gotten the competencies So we subject them to what we call an assessment to find out. If you say you're a tailor, can you really do a dress? Yeah? If you're a baker, can you really do the queen cake? So there is those assessment instruments that we give them. They go through them. They are able to demonstrate, to show, as the assessors that we deploy are able to see, and they are able to give them like marks, and then at the end of the day, those who are successful are certified.
So I understand there are teachers, there are instructors, like we spoke to one of them earlier before you. How do you pick these instructors to come and train these students? Do they have to have a certain qualification to get into this program to teach?
What I have to tell you that as DIT, our mandate is on assessment. We don't do the training. The training is done by other institutions like the Presidential Initiative, like the technical institutes and what have you. So for us, we do our mandate of assessment. Okay, we used to have that delivery, but it was separated when DIT was gotten from the Ministry of Gender, and it went to Ministry of Education. So we only have the mandate of assessing and certifying. So when it comes to training, we can just help them or guide them on what they are supposed to do, and we normally tell them to follow the standards, which are our ATPs in the different occupations that are developed.
I understand there are different courses scattered like in different places in Kampala. How do you oversee these institutes as DIT?
As DIT, when it comes to assessment, that is where we come in. So all those assessment centers, wherever they are, they register the learners, they bring the files, or they can do online assessment. Actually, these days we encourage online assessment, online application, such that we are able to have all the details of these learners. And once they are within our system, for us on that day of assessment, we can deploy the assessors, and we're able to assess them in the different locations. We have been doing this for the presidentials, for the presidential hubs, and for all other institutions countrywide. So that's how we do it. So that is our work. It's our game. We always know how to do. As long as they have registered, we are able to go there, down there, we send the assessors, and they are able to do the assessment.
According to statistics, has this helped has this reduced on the unemployment levels, depending on the students that have graduated so far, the people you've skilled so far? What would you say about the employment levels right now?
I believe you have seen already some guys giving testimonies here. The guy said that he was Omiyai, he was HFC. The only thing he could think of is how to snatch people's
bags on the street
and what have you. But if that person is skilled and is turned into a person who can do baking, he has said himself that he can now do orders. He's given orders of cakes. So I think that is very, very, very important, and that is very a milestone, and something that we have added onto our people, onto the nation. Yes.
Could you please take us through the procedure, the procedures that you take to assess the students?
When it comes to assessment, it is something simple. You start with the registration of candidates. Actually, it does not start with the registration. It starts with the training. The assessment center, like the industrial hubs or the presidential initiative, they train the learners. Once they feel that they are ready, the learners are ready for the assessment, they register the learners to us. Then we agree on the day of assessment. We deploy the assessors down to the ground, those who are going to test them. We cannot send assessors who don't have qualifications in that occupation. If it is baker, we send somebody who has competencies and experience in that specific occupation. If it is a hairdresser, it is hairdressers. Not bringing Mr. Frank, who doesn't know even how to drive, to test people who are driving. That cannot work. So what we do, we have assessors in those specific competences. We deploy them in those specific areas. For example, in Chigowa, they can have like 7 occupations. So you expect like 7 different assessors for the specific occupations. So what can change is the ratio. If the number of learners are many, we give a ratio. For example, we can give like 10 learners for one assessor. You can have like for example, you can have like in Taylor, you have like 40 learners. So if we want to be specific on that, we can always deploy like 4 assessors for the specific 40 learners. That is each 10 per, 1 per for those 10 learners. So that is what we do. So after they have assessed, by the way, with assessment, it is simple. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. They tell you to make a dress. The assessor is there, will be able to see how the dress looks like, how you have put the sleeves, and they measure. So on that particular day, somebody can know the results. And then later, the assessors can enter the results into the system, and we're able to know those people who have passed. And so those who are successful, they are given certificates. It is only those who are successful. So there is a possibility that somebody may fail. Not everyone receives a certificate.
Okay, that's new. Are there any malpractice cases that you've registered? Is it even possible to cheat?
Since these people don't do exams that they sit down and write, the malpractices are very minimal. Actually, they are not there. Because even if you are told in advance that you are going to do a dress, sincerely, if you don't know how to do the dress, you fail. If you are told you are going to do a chair, a sitting chair, these chairs, if you're a carpenter, they give you 6 hours. If you don't know, if you don't have the competences, even if they give you all day, you'll fail. So there is nothing to fear about malpractices in terms of practical assessments.
So for the students that fail, is there any other second chance they are given? And how many of those chances can they be offered to master that class?
Maybe what I said is failing, but the right word would be that you are not yet competent, because we are competence-based. So if the person has failed to make a dress, we just tell them, in other words, we are telling them, you are not yet competent. So try and go back and train and be competent.
So you admit people that are already competent, that can do that particular thing. You do not...
We don't admit. What we do is those people are trained by like the Presidential Skilling Center, like this one. If they are trained, for us we come and ascertain how competent they have become. That is what we do. That is our work. And once we find you competent, we give you a certificate to showcase that you have been assessed, you have been found competent. And that is the document that you are going to take everywhere you go, that yes, these guys came, they assessed me, and they found me competent in tailoring at this level. Yes.
Is there any remarks you would like to put out to the public out there about this whole program?
Maybe what I would want to put out to the public is simple. I'll appeal to all people outside there to embrace skilling. Skilling is the way to go. You can look at the examples of the Asian tigers. This is what they have done. This is what they have gone through. You can find a home which has those small cottages. It is through skilling. A home can produce like sweaters. You sell the sweaters just from home. During holidays, like these learners who go to secondary schools, they should go and get those skills. We all eat. Where do we get those skills of where do we get the food? It is from the gardens. So if you have the appetite for food, you should have appetite for knowing how food is brought on table. Yes, and it is all got from these kind of skilling areas. It is not only this kind of skilling of tailoring. There is even agriculture. Agriculture is one of the biggest vocational area that people undermine and don't even bother to look out for.
We have listened to very painful stories, especially for the girls who came here to tell us what they have been doing. We have also listened and walked through what you are doing. And to me, it appears to me that this is not only a presidential initiative, it's a God's initiative to transform your life. So we want to thank His Excellency the President who started this, and also thank you, Faith, and your team for the good work, the hard work we are doing to make sure that the President's vision is fulfilled. Faith, mukubire mu ngalo, and also we are happy that every coin that comes, there is value for it. If there was no value for the money sent to these skills centers, I'm sure that the head of anti-corruption unit would not be seated here. So we are happy of that. We also believe, President Jerome Museveni believes, and we also believe that there is no human being who was ever created that is insignificant. No insignificant person was ever created. All of us have been created in God's image. And therefore, for you who have gone through what you have gone through, you should have confidence that you are created in God's image. If you go and sell yourself, you imagine God on the street selling himself. Because you are in God's image. If you are sent to steal, if you are sent to kill somebody, so we are happy that you came out, you accepted to come out, to be skilled, and do something for yourself. I didn't have the opportunity, no, it's not an opportunity, but I didn't reach your level probably of being in the ghetto, but I also went through some difficult times because I lost both my parents when I was 3 years old, and I did a lot of jobs in Kabale Street to get school fees. I sold banana leaves, I sold cigarettes and boboya on the streets of Kabale, but I want to appreciate God that I am here now as a minister in the government of Museveni. And the testimony is that your background cannot determine your destiny. So whatever you have gone through, keep remembering where you have gone through, but know that where you have been cannot determine where you are going. Where you are going will be determined by the opportunities that you are in, the hard work, the determination to achieve your goals. So we are happy and we are here to encourage you. I'm here to encourage you that I pass through some of the things that you have passed through, but God and hard work has been able to help me to reach where I am. And you too can reach where I am.
That is what the presidential initiative was intended for, to promote employable skills amongst the youth. That is all we had for you in this episode. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Water, please. Can I pay with Momo?
No.
Ha. Hey, can I pay with Momo? Ha.
Here's our merchant.
Oh, very good.
7 maker?
20. Can I pay with Momo?